Hello, my loves. So, this is part 2 of the last video. So sorry for the technical difficulties, but I did sense it coming. I foresaw it. Um, and I do feel like Spirit had me do this as this part 2 because I do feel like there was a heavy sense of infiltration in the first video where people who just were in low vibrational energy were watching, and Spirit was like, this is not for you. This is not your message. Um, So if you resonate with the first message and you truly feel like, hey, that was for me and I really wanted this, I needed this confirmation, I needed this information, this is for you. Excuse my chest and speaking. I told you guys I've been dealing with some asthma stuff, so bear with me. So anyway, to pick up where we left off, Spirit gave us these two. So we're in the year of the serpent, 2025. Both of the cards in which I pulled from the alchemy deck are both serpents that fell out together on two separate occasions. So we took them. That's where we're at. This is what we're building the message off of. And if I feel led to do more tarot because this is catering to more people or a bigger audience, then I absolutely will. I'm just going to let Spirit guide me on this. But it is important that I read these and that I got this message to you guys. So here we are, round 2. Let's try it again. Um, I cleared a little bit of memory, so hopefully that helps. I need to get a new phone. I need a lot of things, y'all. But we're doing what we can with what we have, and we're so grateful. So shout out to that. So nonetheless, the yellowing, and it looks like this. So the yellowing indicates aging, transitioning, and warnings. Oof. Yep. So indicating transition, which I said the world, some type of new cycle is happening, right? Lunar New Year, we are entering into a new thing, a transition. So it leads us into the next phase of our alchemical work. Envision the yellowing as pages of a beloved novel or the orca blanket of the leaves in the fall. This color seeps out to signify the beginning and the end. I'm going to turn the music down really quick, guys. Sorry. So this color seeps out to signify the beginning and the end, a return to zero. Even a deep bruise finds a yellow tint as it reaches its final phases of healing. So, yeah, I mentioned before that there's healing taking place. And if you resonate with the twin flame journey or counterparts, divine counterparts, however you want to call it, there's been a lot of damage done in your partnerships and your own healing and your own journey, right? A lot of bruising, so to speak, on the heart, on the body, on the mind, a lot of bruising in your journey. You guys have been through a lot individually and together, even whether or not it was intentional. Lots of trauma, lots of triggering, okay? So, in contrast, yellow can be a marker of long awaited growth, as seen in the first rays of sun and the cheer of forsythia in February. Interesting. I don't know what forsythia is. I'll have to look that up, but we are in the month of February, so something about that is significant. Spirit's showing me that it's a tree or something of that sort. I would look it up, but my phone's attached to my tripod. Sorry, guys. Will someone please look that up for me and put it down in the comments below? Forsythia? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Forsythia, Forsythia in February. Whatever its message, yellowing tells the truth. So Spirit's calling for truth and justice. Yeah. It leads us forward like the vibrant canary in the mine, warning us of what's to come. Take heed. Thank you. The transition is here, whether by yolk or by bile. So yolk is something sweet and nourishing. Bile is sour and abrasive and acidic, right? Either way, we're going to get it. How to respond is up to you. It's likely you already know, right? That last message that I said, this is a warning. Somebody's coming through. This energy's coming through. This energy's meddling. Perhaps you don't know yet, and that was your warning, and you're something in your gut is like, this feels like it resonates. It does, because it is. Okay. I know it's wild to believe that people can predict the future, but things come to us energetically that we pick up on, that's available and accessible. If this resonates in your gut, this message is for you. Spirit saying it as a warning. If this comes down to you and a divine counterpart or a divine partnership of some sort, something that is for you, and you do not heed the warnings and you do not listen to your intuition, this is mostly Spirit saying this is for the masculines, because feminines are intuitively led naturally. Masculine, Spirit's saying if these bruises, you're just like tough it up and poke at the bruise and keep doing it because that's what you're comfortable with. That's what you're familiar with. That's what you've been taught. That is right and correct of you as a man, as a masculine, to suck it up. This is happening whether you admit it or not. This is happening whether you like it or not. There are snakes in your corner, Spirit saying you know who they are. You've identified them and they continue to bruise you. This is who they are. Remove them. If you don't, your divine partnership is on the line. It is what it is. And I don't say that to be threatening, but when I say your divine partnership is with yourself first. And if you can't step into your full authenticity, if you cannot step into the fullness of what you deserve and the type of love that you deserve, and you continue to allow people to snake their way into your life, to drain your resources, to take advantage of you and your heart and your kindness, to take advantage of your caring nature, to take advantage of the fact that you're dependable and you'll show up, if you continue to let people walk all over you or dictate who you should be with and when or how you should think and why and whether or not you should be a player or this and that and that, all the things that masculines are presented with, right? If you continue to make those decisions, that is the lifestyle that you will lead, and it's that simple. So Spirit is saying this is a warning for both. And even for feminines, we have masculine energy that dwells within us. What parts of your masculinity are in this scenario that are showing up in their ego that are preventing you from moving into union with yourself, with Spirit, and with your partner? Okay. Spirit said we can move on now that he just put me in timeout as well. Yikes. Synchronicity. Yes, I talked about in the last video, maybe you've been seeing a lot of synchronicities: 1111, 222, 444, 777, 888, 818, 717, 747, 211. I'm seeing 727, 214, 316. Maybe that's somebody's birthday. Excuse me. Yeah, no one's gonna stop me, chakras, from talking. Not in this one, okay? So synchronicities. Look at this black and white, the yin and yang duality. There's a gem that's being surrounded by this. Something is precious, something is sacred and divine is being protected and molded. I talked about in the last video how we often perceive a circle or a excuse me, I'm so sorry. A loop, thank you, Spirit. A circle or a loop as this pattern and as this place of being stuck rather than flipping our mindset. And when we flip it, we understand that it's a spiral and it's actually a staircase for ascension, for learning, for growth, to raise our frequency, to raise our consciousness and our knowledge and our understanding. What feels like repeating patterns over and over and over is exactly that. But as we repeat it, we gain a level each time. We learn something differently. We do something differently. And though we may not be done with the lesson completely, we are ascending in that. Okay. Changing mindset is important. So synchronicity, let me find that. I love you guys. I love this work. I love doing this. I love that I have gifts and skills, and I truly, truly wish that I could show up and do it more often. But the truth is, I am just so exhausted most days, and I don't have the time that I used to, and I don't have the energy. So as soon as Spirit gives me that, I will give you more of me, and that is an absolute promise. So synchronicity, source, destiny, and the miraculous message. Absolutely. And this was meant to find whomever is still sitting here and whoever stumbles upon this. If you did not watch my last video, this is part 2 to a random channeled full moon message for the Twin Collective or the Divine Counterpart Collective or soulmates. So anyway, this is the card that we're reading on now, synchronicities. So the Unus Mundus is presiding deity of alchemy, and I talked about us being the alchemists in our laboratory. What it is, what are we cooking up right now? What are we making? What is Spirit calling us to create? What wants to pour out of us? We got the King and Queen of Cups in the last deck, surrounded and next to the Emperor and the Empress, meaning there's high emotional and creativity right now in this Empress and Emperor energy counterparts, right? And when there's emotions that pour out in this dance and duality of masculinity and femininity and divine counterparts, we have a full spectrum and a full representation of the divine, of divine love, of divine expression. And it's not the same at all. It's very, very different. But it's complementary, right? If we let it be. And if we do, then it's a spiral. It's a dance, Spirit said. Just out here looking for my forever dance partner. And Spirit's like, you don't look. And I'm like, I know. That's why I stay inside. And Spirit's like, well, you need to go outside. That's how you meet people. I'm like, well, you told me not to look and that you'd bring my mans to me. So confusing, right? Anyway, it's mostly a joke. Not actually. Me and Spirit, we have our funny conversations. So anyway. All right. So it arrives to remind us that we are not alone in our queries and on our journey. No, we're not. We are partnered, right? Spirit said again, separation is an illusion when we are infinitely connected. Our cells dance together. They are intertwined. We are infinitely connected. 11:11 on the timer as I look down. Separation and isolation is an illusion, my love. They could never. Spirit just said they could never. They could never. They can't. They can't tear us apart. They can't tear you apart. They can't tear a divine mission apart. They cannot tear the fabric of divinity and love woven throughout this cosmoverse, because they've tried it, and light continues to persist. Love continues to persist. Joy continues to persist. Faith continues to persist, right? All of these things. And they will. And so will darkness. And so will shadows. And so will heaviness. And so will grief, right? All of it in duality, Spirit saying we are meant to hold both, but not alone. What are we here to do? Yes, thank you, Spirit. So maybe a lot of you are going to end up here, and you're in your point in your journey like me, where you know you're a twin, you know you're divine feminine, you know you're divine masculine, and you feel this energy, this thing in you that's pushing out of you that is saying create, give. But what are we here to birth? What are we here to do? Right? What pulls us forward? Unanswerable questions are timeless fuel for you guys. Listen to this. Spirit said, yep, it's in the wording. Twimmy, stop it. Unanswerable questions are timeless fuel for the flames of transformation. That is why we are here. We are flames of transformation. Spirit's showing me a forest fire, but instead of it being our normal yellow fire, it's blue. Blue flames. We're transmuting and destroying energy that no longer supports the grid of our matrix. And in a very simple way, the way that the world is operating no longer supports the knowledge and the energetic capacity that we have. It has to change because we are changing. We have changed. So Spirit is saying that we are the flames of transformation. What are we here to do? We are here to light up ourselves and to be that flame. And only you know what that looks like. But we know what it looks like when you're fully lit up. I know people know what it looks like when I'm lit up. And I'm still learning all the things that light me up inside. But as I do, I get to watch the people's joy or even hatred and jealousy affirm the fact that I am on fire for life every day. Okay? We are here to do fucking magical work, you guys. We are repairing energetic, holes and patches in our souls. I know that sounds crazy, and people are like, what? But, just choosing to show up differently is choosing to live differently, which changes everything around you. It starts with you. So, unanswerable questions are timeless fuel for the flames of transformation. A forest fire. forest fires, and when things catch on fire, it actually burns all of the things in the surrounding area that don't have the protection that it needs from the flames. And what it does is it takes its nutrients and it gets recycled back into the dirt, back into the earth, and gives back to the cycle of regrowth. And the forest takes a long time to regrow, but when it does, it comes back more lush and more dense and more full because of the nutrients of the fire. Everything had to be sacrificed in order to get and gain and birth what it is that we are bringing forward. You've already sacrificed it, Spirit's saying. You've already sacrificed this. This has already been given up. The work has been done. Now we sit and we wait. And with this full moon energy, it's about waiting for the birth of our manifestations to come forward. And for so many of you, I have an inkling, like myself, it's divine union, it's partnership, it's love. We've been through so much. We've been shit on. We're ready to come to a space of gentleness and of openness and acceptance of just having somebody who says, I have you, you have me, let's have each other. And let's do it together and love each other and love Creator more and more each day. And it's really that simple. 1555 on the clock, 155, 555 is movement. 5 is my life path number. It's about freedom and autonomy. It's about remaining separate but remaining together, right? Remaining intertwined but not blended. So, mystics before us have uttered the same questions while tinkering in their laboratory. Do not underestimate the brave act of your attention to the details of your daily life, to the ecology of our world. Yes. What are you saying? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you putting in your body? Who are you surrounding yourself with? What are the words that are coming out of your mouth? What is your body language communicating? Everything you do matters as an alchemist. All of your energy is potent and it will get invested somewhere. And what you sow will come to fruition. What is it? What is your garden going to look like? What you notice matters. You matter when this card arrives. Sacred messages abound. Everything is a living symbol, a synchronicity. So maybe I'm strongly getting this messages for my divine masculines who are coming into awakening and you've been in denial and spirits like, bro,